Have you ever wondered what would happen if a bear had sex with a girl? Now I haven't, but if you have, this is the anime for you, you creep. Man, this anime was hysterical, bro. It's a comedy, and it went under the radar for most people. I haven't seen any other anime reviewers talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it because I thought this was great. It has a lot of potential. Let me talk about it. So, it's called Girl Meets Bear. It's also known as Kuma Miko, all right? Kuma Miko, Girl Meets Bear. So you start out the episode, there's a little girl and a bear, and apparently the bear can talk. He's a talking bear. He's got this like deep, not too deep, but like a man's voice. So you got this bear and this girl. Now this girl is adorable, dude. She's so cute. She's this little girl who's trying to grow up. She wants to go into the city because she's living in a village on the north side of Tokyo, of Japan, where the mountains are. There's no trains, there's no transportation, there's barely any shops. Man, this anime is so funny. So this girl wants to go into the city. Now the bear, he's a talking bear. What's interesting about him and the characters is that they have this like white outline around them. I thought artistically that was a beautiful choice. And also some of the backgrounds, when the characters are walking like outside, the backgrounds look like paintings, like just beautiful artwork from the animators, like amazing. Now, so this girl, she wants to go into the city. So now the bear says, okay, you wanna go into the city? I'm gonna test you. We're gonna do a quiz. And he starts quizzing her on like for her to pass the test, whether she knows how to survive in the city. Man, that moment was hysterical. Like the bear coming out with the quizzes and she's like struggling, like, oh my God, I don't know the answers to this. Hysterical, all right. But the funniest part comes in later. So you have the cops and there are some kids waiting outside on the street. And there's signs that say, no, watch out for the bear. So the cops are like, who are you waiting for? And then this guy, Joshio, comes in and he's apparently taking care of these kids. Now he takes them to this place and he starts doing a story. And here's where things get really creepy, all right? So he starts telling the story and the kids are freaking bored. They're like, you're doing such a bad job. He starts sounding like an old man. It's not funny. But then he says, all right, well, let me spice things up for you. And this story gets sexual and gets really steamy. And then this girl, one of the girls, because there's two guys and one girl. This girl gets up and she's like, sexual harassment. She starts screaming sexual harassment. And she starts screaming at him like, you perv, you nasty, in English. That's the funniest part. It's all Japanese, but when she's like, sexual harassment, it's in English. I thought that was hysterical. So the kids, though, the boys, they're interested. They're like, yeah, tell me the story. Tell me the story. So then he starts telling the story. He's like, when the maiden faced the bear, she trembled in terror of his great size. And then the girl's like, no, tell me the story. Yo, the boys though, they're like interested. They're like, yo, tell me more. And then he says, he initiated his tongue between her legs. The sensation of your tongue against me has made me lose control. It's so creepy. Now, he's describing this real sexual moment. At first, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not so sexual. Maybe it's just that's how we perceive it. But no, he's actually telling these kids, this bear has sex with a girl, and here's how it happened. Here are the juicy details. So creepy. Obviously, the boys love it. The girl, she's creeped out. So now, he tells the story of how a bear fell in love with a maiden. Now, they had sex, and they ended up having kids that could speak English, could speak human language. Now that is the story. That's a myth. We don't know whether the legend is true or not. But what we do know is that there is a talking bear, and he does represent the Kuma. His name is Kumai. So he does represent the bears. Now we do have the little girl who is a Miko, and she is the maiden. The shrine maiden, and she represents the girl who the bear had sex with. Now she has these special powers apparently, or does these traditional dances where she keeps the connection with humans and the bear, and the bears and the human, they rule the town together. Now what we don't know is whether there are more bears, because it seems like Kumai is the only bear around. Now this girl, her name is Machi, She is the Miko. So her name is Machi, cute little girl. She wants to leave the town to go into the city. All right. So now Joshua is telling the story, and then the bear comes. This is the funny part. They're like, oh my God, it's the bear. And the bear does not speak at all. He doesn't say a word. He's just like screaming at them, scaring the shit out of them, dude. And then he explains that the Women's Association told the bear, Kumai, that he needs to scare the kids more often. So this is clearly not the first time that they meet kids and they just scare them. Hysterical, dude. The kids' reaction is priceless. All right, so what I love is this is one kid who has boogers coming down his nose. This is hysterical. So they meet the girl, and then, and I'm paraphrasing here, but then the little guy, the kid with the boogers, he comes up to the girl. He grabs her by the arm. You have this like serious moment, and you're like, okay, it's about to get real. All right, there's a serious moment right now. What is he gonna ask her? And he's like, did you and the bear have sex? Yeah, she starts going ham on him, like, what? I did not have sex with him. And then Joshua, a creep. Now Joshua's an adult, and all these other people are kids, besides the bear, he's an adult too. And he was like, oh, is that how it happened? You really had sex with him? It just gets really creepy, and it goes even creepier because the little kid starts imagining, like, and you see a picture of the bear licking the little girl, and she's like naked. Like, it's just, it gets really creepy, but it's hysterical. It's not in a hysterical way. It's not fan service. It's just comedy. That's why I love it, because I'm not a fan of fan service, but when you do comedy, that's funny. But then to put more insult to injury, I don't know if that's the phrase, then the bear says, I've been neutered. Basically, they had his private area cut so that he can't reproduce. So the bear can't reproduce, which means this whole concept of the bears and the humans, like, it's not gonna last forever, because this bear clearly cannot reproduce. We don't know why they did that to him, but we know that's what happened. Overall, I mean, I can keep talking about this, but it was just hysterical. You have to watch it. If you want, here's how I'll give my conclusion to this episode. If you want something funny to watch, some comedy, this is one of the funniest that I've seen so far. And I have more anime to watch, but this is definitely one of my favorites in terms of comedy. Now, is it as good? Is it so good that it's on my must watch for the season? I'm not quite sure, because you know, I'm already watching Dragon Ball Super, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. I'm already watching My Hero Academia. And there's a few more shows that I want to watch, so that I want to check out. So this is definitely my list of potentially giving it a second episode, but we'll see. What I do know though is that it was enjoyable. It was fun to watch. Definitely, if you have the time, go check it out. Now, in the meantime, make sure you catch up on my review of Dragon Ball Super episode 37, because that fight between Vegeta and Kaba was hardcore, man. It felt like a Dragon Ball Z episode. It was insane. And also catch my review on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, because this season has some interesting characters and it's gonna be amazing. I will see you guys in the next video.